This is Talk of Better World. Tell your mom.
All right. Now we're going to do our final part, and we're going to wrap this thing up, which is the pitch. So I messaged Hawk this morning. I was like, hey, your mission for today is you need to come up with a game idea that you're going to pitch. So we're going to pitch these games to you guys, and then at the end, you guys will tell us which one you guys think is more interesting.
They're arguing in the chat at the moment, so they might not be listening, but we'll see. I didn't have snake bites. I had one piercing on my left side.
On your nipple?
Yes. No, my dick. I had... God, I do not understand dick piercings. No, we both didn't have snake bites. So, Sir Felix had fucking snake bites. I had one piercing on my left side, and I still have the scar, because it was a thick fucking piercing. I had a ring. Yeah, no, I didn't do both. No, I could never pull the snake bite thing. Cause the snake bites with long hair like I had, I don't think that looks good on most people. You had to have shorter hair if you had snake bites, in my opinion. That was my view of it.
I saw this post on Reddit, which was hilarious. This guy had like this. He has long hair, but he had like this nice beard. Yeah. And his wife told him to shave it, so he took a before and after picture. And once he shaved it, he then looked like a girl. Like, you would not have assumed this was a guy in any way.
Dude, beards do heavy lifting for most men who have them. Like, they wouldn't look bad if they didn't have beards. That's why they have beards.
Yep. All right. So go ahead. You're going to introduce your game studio and then pitch us your game.
Shit. Okay. So, I thought of it at the beginning. I thought of the whole thing. No, I thought of the, game studio name at the beginning because I didn't know it's the studio shit, but fucking it's we're just gonna call it Bird of Prey Studios, okay? Because I like birds and Birds of Prey are pretty dope. But this game, the working title would be probably, because I don't have like a hard title for it, but we're in a pitch meeting here. It's our whole thing. The working title would probably be like Shadow. Or like The Shadow or The Cabal. Let's call it The Cabal, okay? So
The Cable.
The Cable. Yeah, because nobody... It'd be like, oh, the new game, The Cable. No, so The Cabal, we'll call it that as a working title. The idea of this game would be to start off in prehistory, okay? Or, well, no, we could start regular, not Kool-Aid. What? Cool. C-A-B-A-L. Cabal, like a organization cabal. So you would start, let's not say prehistory, let's start early history, like fucking ziggurats, cuneiform, Mesopotamia, fucking early history. And copyright infringement, or yeah, anything we do is copyright infringement at this, because everything has been fucking done. And your goal is to start a secret organization that has the ultimate aim of outlasting any kingdom, empire, or government that will or does exist on this planet until the end of fucking time and control the entirety of the planet. And this is an entire uphill battle, okay? So think of like, let's say, Crusader Kings mixed with, let's say, another, what is it, the studio that makes those games, fucking Paradox. Crusader Kings mixed with fucking Hearts of Iron. Okay, or like even Stellaris, but just on a planetary scale. So you have a small group of people that you form in ancient history, and you go through the ages. You go all the way up. It's literally Zionism, the game. And I've known, because this all started from a conversation that I had with someone at work, actually. It's literally Zionism, the game. We could even call it Zionism, but that might be too on the nose. So 3,000 years ago, you start off with a small cabal of people whose goal is to control the fucking planet. And you go through these different phases or eras, and you face new problems with each era, and you can't go past, like, you can't wind up directly controlling thousands and thousands of people. You can only have, like, let's say 10 or 15 individuals, and you have to pass the torch. These people have lives, they're born, they live, they grow old, and they die, and you control these individuals as a like a family unit, but they're not a family, and that's where the Crusader Kings side of shit comes into it. And it's Assassin's Creed ripoff. No, so it's a secret society simulator. Effectively, you are creating a secret society with the goal of controlling the planet, but you cannot be in the open. So we can't call it Zionism the game because we all know about the Zionists. So if you wind up getting exposed, it's a hard game over. Like, if you wind up getting known to the point that we know about Zionists, or, like, let's say if the Freemasons do actually do this kind of shit, we know about the fact that they're trying to do this kind of shit, so it's a game over for you. The whole goal is to be as secretive as possible, and you have political intrigue because you're trying to puppeteer governments, and then you have the military side of things that you can get into as well, and I don't want an RTS. I want it to be more like I don't want RTS elements. I want it to have, be like more like combat in Crusader Kings. It's Assassin's Creed. No, it's a cult simulator. Fucking be more like Crusader Kings, where you wind up having numbers and stats on a screen that wind up fighting each other effectively. So it's not like you're taking direct control of combat. You can't take direct control of anything. That's the ultimate pitch with this game, is you need to control the world and gain control of the world without actually directly controlling the nations that inhabit it, which I think would be a really interesting juggling process. Does that make sense? Like, because you want to be able to directly control things, and for instance, in Crusader Kings, in Hearts of Iron, you directly control your nation or your duchy or whatever the fuck. In this, you can't. You have to basically use political or influence points, or even sociological, like, psychology points. You can have a whole bunch of systems where you can manipulate key figures. And it'll be riskier to go for the head of a state than it would be to go for an advisor to the head of the state. Or fucking go for congressmen, for instance. Or go for, powerful businessmen and shit like that. Like, you would want to go for softer target. Wait, hold on. When would it start? So I would want to start in, like, ancient, like, let's say, like, 2000 BC. I want this organization to start at the beginning of, like, fucking recorded history. 3000 BC, 4000 BC, sometime back then. Okay, and you wind up going all the way up to modern times. And the goal is to survive to modern times, but also to control the entirety of the planet through espionage and background skullduggery, effectively. We can call it skullduggery the game if you want to. Low-key control the banks. Yeah, you gotta control. And that's the thing. You want to pick which industries you want to control, and as time goes on, these industries are going to change. So if you... And let's make it so, because accessibility, you could start the game in any time period that you want. So if you want to start the game in modern times, then yes, controlling banks and the corn industry and lobbies and politicians and shit like that would be to your interest as this organization. However, if we're starting the game off in, like, fucking 800 AD, you know what I mean? Let's start the game off in 800 AD, and we're gonna pick our starting country of origin as, like, let's say, Wessex, okay? So we're in Wessex in the modern-day UK, southern England, okay? And we're not good. There are no banks to control at that point. So who do you go for? So you could go for the advisor of the king. You could go for the king himself. You can go for King Alfred. You know what I mean? You could go for fucking, maybe you want to basically weaken the kingdom that you want to take over before you try and directly take it, or not directly take control of it. Do we get to unalive Jesus in the game? No, there's no fucking Jesus or religious shit. Or there is religious shit. There will be religious shit, because religion is going to be a huge factor. And I want religion to be something you could create to manipulate the masses. So you could create your own religion, and you have a separate religious screen, and we could be like Paradox and sell that as a fucking DLC too. So you have the religion DLC where you could wind up manipulating cultures and shit like that with religion. And that's the other part. You're not just manipulating and shaping people. Can we start in Portugal and pretend to be Kangs? You can start wherever the fuck you want, but that's the thing. If you go out there acting like a Kang, you're gonna lose the fucking game, because the whole point is that you can't be known. You have to control the world without being known whatsoever. It is the ultimate fucking secret society simulator. So the moment the secret is exposed, maybe you could have some kind of mechanic, if based on difficulty, where so basically you could create it. Yes, you could create a Jesus-like figure and create a whole religion. Do like fucking basically propaganda pushes to push this religion, get little fucking cult followings, and you directly control the leaders of this cult, but there could be thousands of people that answer to them, but you don't directly control those thousands of people. That shit's happening in the background. You're manipulating and pushing these people to do things, and the system is doing things based off of the choices that you make. So you can create this religion and create a Jesus-like figure, and then wind up espionaging and fucking skullduggerying him into him being killed, and then do a propaganda campaign to push the fact that he died for our sins, for instance, because if we're using Jesus as the example here, and then you can manipulate that religion and push for crusades or fucking all kinds of shit. Like, I want a game where you basically get to view the world from the control seat instead of the person in front of the camera. And I think it'd be really fucking cool in concept, but very difficult to pull off. And it'd be very, I feel like most people probably wouldn't understand it. Because a couple of games have tried to do this before. Like, there was a game called Cultist Simulator that was a big inspiration for this. And they just don't tend to do very well because of how complex they have to be. But I don't know. It's my working idea. I have a lot of fucking concepts to it, but we just don't have the time to go into every fucking facet. But Paradox could definitely do it. Yeah, if I had to pick a studio to do it instead of me founding my own studio to make it, I would have Paradox make this game in a heartbeat.
Okay. So, while you were talking, I made my cover for the game. So I am making a game. This is by the studio SFTC and H. So it's SirFelixTheCat and H Studios.
I see this.
And the game is called Beating Your Meat. So
what the fuck?
This is. I'm a big fan of cozy games like
Stardew
Valley, like Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon and all those kinds of games. So I wanted to make a game like that. And the plot of the game is your player character comes from a family that is of butchers. Like, that's what the family's profession has been for decades, for millenniums. Well, at the age of 16, you ran off to pursue your dream of becoming a boxer. So you ran off to the city. A couple years later, you become a pretty well-known championship boxer in the city. And it just so happens the night of your celebration, after reaching that peak that you were striving for, you receive a phone call from a lawyer stating that your father had passed away and that he left you, you and your sister, the butcher shop, which has been your family's name for years. And unfortunately, he also left a massive amount of debt and your sister's struggling to deal with it. So you decide to move back home and carry on the legacy and to help pay off the medical debts, past due property taxes and other bills he had left behind. But all you really know is boxing. So what you do is in the freezer, you set up the meat that you then start boxing to tenderize it. I mean, obviously, you're going to be beating the meat in the freezer. As you play, you're going to expand the freezer, and eventually you turn it into a gym where you then also train other boxers. And while they're boxing, they're helping you beat your meat. Which then you run the gym at night and you sell meat by the day. So in your hometown, you're going to reconnect with the townspeople you knew as a kid. And they might also help you beat your meat or, become clients so you can sell your meat too, your beat meat. I mean, you might even get a photographer that jumps in and he'll help you capture you beating your meat. You're going to be building up relationships. You're going to be, expanding your property. Yeah, you're going to also have a dude ranch where you're going to have people, help you get meat to beat. So it's going to be a nice casual game.
Just a bunch of dudes beating each other's meat, man. That's what.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just beating meat. Yeah, it's a cozy game though.
Do you gain muscle? Yeah, can you actually bulk up from beating your meat?
Yeah. You're actually gonna. Some of the people you're gonna train can actually go on to be like championship boxers. You'll be their trainer, and you have trained them by helping them beat their meat.
Can you go to Turkey and get meat extensions?
I mean, that would be dope. That would be a cool. That might be DLC later on.
Shady meat dealers, and you gotta have PETA and vegetarian. Yeah, can you beat PETA and vegetarians' meat? Can you beat them with your meat?
Yes.
Okay, so you use a meat club, and
Yes.
you beat up PETA.
PETA will be an enemy of the game.
Okay. Okay.
He'll actually be a character. His name's Peter, but that's the only voice acting in the whole game, because it's going to be, like Stardew Valley, no voice acting, except for that. There's going to be a guy named Peter, and he's going to be a complete piece of shit. And the person's going to, every time they say his name, it's going to be PETA.
I feel like the only voice acting should be grunts.
Mm-hmm.
Grunts and moans.
Oh. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Anytime you talk to someone, that just plays over whatever they say.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So that is my game.
Oh, God.
So what do you guys think? Does, what'd you call it? Cable? Or
Cabal.
beating your meat win?
We'll call it the Chabad. That's what we'll call it. Massive liability in terms of false advertising.
No, you're actually beating meat. There's no false advertisement
You
there.
are beating meat. Yeah, you're also beating people with your meat, and you're beating other people's meat. That's all of that is included in the game. There's no false advertising.
Yeah, there is meat being beat.
I mean, if your mind goes to a weird place with that, that's on you, man. That's
Yeah, we're talking about a butcher shop and a boxer. I mean, that's all it is.
There's zero innuendo. 100% on the
Yeah,
nose.
look how innocent this logo looks.
What the fuck?
I mean, I should have made that white. It would have fit better. Flipping white.
Cabal. Oh, so wait, is
Really?
that your vote?
Nobody wants to play eating your meat.
Just gotta remove the penis from the thumbnail.
No penis. That's just a sweaty
sausage.
piece of sausage.
It's a wet sausage. That's all that is.
It's very tender.
It's
been beat.
tender, moist sausage. That's all. Oh fuck! I would play both of those games.
I think this would sell billions of copies. I would sell it for $10 and I would become a millionaire overnight.
I mean,
every
honestly,
streamer would be talking about beating your meat.
Honestly, dude,
DSP would be beating his meat while playing beating your meat.
in this fucked up world, it probably would actually sell. Like, that actually would probably sell pretty well. like, unironically, that would actually probably sell. Oh my god. I can't choose this one because I've already been attacked for being a single virile male in today's society.
Oh, also, I forgot something. At the ranch, you get to do some breeding
of
stock for your meat.
Oh god.
Yeah, you got to raise and breed your stock.
So you beat their meat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, eventually, that's what's going to happen. Is they're gonna become meat that you beat.
What the fuck?
And that's where PETA gets involved, because he has an issue with you taking all these animals and beating their meat.
Oh god. I feel like that game would be difficult to fucking, like, it would probably be removed. If it wouldn't be removed from Steam and everything you put it on fucking immediately, it would probably sell, which is wild.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be on the eShop, Nintendo eShop, instantly.
And people
They'd be
play
making
it.
so much money off of it, they wouldn't want to take it down. They'd be like, we see nothing wrong with this.
No, they would definitely take that shit down. Dude, Nintendo wouldn't even let that shit up, dude. That shit would never hit fucking Nintendo. You might be able to get that on Steam for like a day. And that's it.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Give us a like if you enjoyed it, and dislike it if you didn't.
Let us know what you think about the channel.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Tell your mom.